So you want to move abroad, but do you actually have a plan? So in this video, I want to talk to you about the 12-month plan that you can put into place so you can get ready to move abroad before the next election. So I'm recording this video in November, and we just went through an election cycle, and we know that 2024 election is coming up. And many of us have been a little bit uncomfortable with how politics have been going here in the US for the past few years. And whether that's a main motivator for you or not, this can be also a reason why you want to move abroad as soon as possible. So instead of just saying, well, I want to move abroad in 2024, I want us to be able to have an action plan, a master plan, if you want to call it that way, that guides you throughout the next 12 months. That way you know exactly what you need to do, and that way you can accomplish your goal of finally moving abroad. Many years ago, when I left my job in academia, I started helping other people to leave their job as well. So I use the same principles that you use in any goal setting operation. So how do you set goals that are smart, and how you set goals that are meaningful? So for any project that you want to accomplish, including moving abroad, you have to approach it in a very practical way. That way you know exactly if you're making progress and how close you are to reaching your goal. So again, it's less about I want to move abroad and more about I'm going to move abroad in this city by this date because this reason. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, and if you can journal through this process, that would be great. Grab a pen and paper right now and answer these following questions. Number one, why do I want to move abroad? Okay, be as sincere as you can and as deep as you can, as long as you can, and really explain why you want to move abroad. Number two, why now? Why is it that you want to move abroad now in 2024? To follow up on number two, number three is, what is the meaning behind this move abroad, and why is it so important for you to move abroad in 2024? And with this question, I really want to understand what is the deep meaning of moving abroad and why 2024 is so meaningful for you. I mentioned the elections, but that might not be the only reason why you want to move abroad in 2024. And last but certainly not least, I want you to take the time to answer this question. What will happen if you don't move abroad in 2024? Okay, this is a very important question for you because we want to be able to understand the risk of you not moving abroad. And at the end of the day, you will know that regardless of the fear that you have about moving abroad now, the risk of not moving or the cost associated with not moving is greater than the risk or the fear associated with actually moving. And when you know that, it will be a lot easier for you to actually take the steps towards moving abroad rather than just staying put and not making any steps towards moving abroad. Some of the risk of staying can include mental health or even physical health. In a previous video, I mentioned how I hurt my lower back and the stress associated with all of that. I'm going to link the video right up here. That way you can watch this video after this one. And it's just one of the many risks associated with not moving abroad. And now that you've journaled through all these questions, we want to get into the practical, okay? So yes, we started with the goals and the importance of the goals, and this is what is going to keep you going when it gets difficult and when you get a little discouraged or when you don't get the support that you think you're going to get from family and friends. And now we can get into the practical part of it. So there are different ways you can approach this, but I decided to do that in two different levels. In level one, I started to look at what is important for you right now and the decisions that you have to make with regards to your move abroad. And there are three things that you have to decide on: your destination, family dynamic, and your finances. So these are the three things that are really important at the first level that you have to take care of. And then at the secondary level, these are other questions that you have to take care of as well, but only after you take care of the primary decisions. So the second level includes healthcare, community support, as well as decluttering. So let's get into the first level questions with the three main aspects of this move that you have to deal with and that you have to solve as soon as possible in your 12-month plan. But note that just because you have a 12-month plan doesn't mean that all the primary questions or the primary decisions have to be made this month. These will take time, and you're going to break them down by month as well, because you're going to have secondary objectives on each of these decisions, okay? For example, when it comes to finances, how much money you want to have saved by the 12th month, by the next 6 months, by the next 3 months, by the next month, okay? So you are also going to have secondary goals inside each of these big goals. Does that make sense? So let's start with the first important question at the primary level. Like I said, we have family, we have finances, and we have the choice of your destination. So let's start with the choice of your destination, because this is going to determine a lot of the secondary questions and even the other primary questions like your finances and your budget, as well as how far you're going to be from family and friends. Okay, so your destination, choosing your destination. That is a question that you have to answer as soon as possible. Obviously, it's not something that you have to wait 12 months to decide on because you have a lot of other things to do that depend on that decision. For us, moving across the Atlantic is a big decision. So all our other decisions have to be made according to that destination. When it comes to the kids' school, when it comes to the type of healthcare we're going to get, all of these decisions have to be made secondarily after we're deciding on a destination. So if you have decided on your destination yet, let me know in the comments, share your destination. I would love to know which country you've decided for you and your family. As you know, we are still deciding whether we're going to Cameroon or if we're going to Côte d'Ivoire. We will know very, very soon, and I will share that information with you as well. If you don't really know where to go yet, or if you have multiple choices of places you would like to go, I would encourage you to go on a scouting trip. You could go in the low season like January or February. In that case, the tickets will be a lot cheaper than going during the holiday seasons. And also you're going to have a more realistic view of how life is like there rather than how life is like during the holiday celebrations and when everybody's coming back from the diaspora and the whole family is getting together, right? So it's not as normal as usual, okay? So going in the low season is good because it's just a normal season and it's also cheaper for you. So going on a scouting trip is something that I would highly recommend you do if it's not a destination that you're familiar with. Another thing that you can do is if you decide to move abroad but not have a home there at your new destination, and if you want to, let's say, spend 6 months in the destination and 6 months in another destination and then bop around a little bit, that's fine as well. You don't really have to do a scouting trip if you want to do that because you know you're not there for a long time period, so it's fine. But you can already decide on some of the countries that you want to be in, even though you don't have to decide on the specific itinerary. Basically, you don't have to decide on where to go next after this country, after this country, after this country, but at least decide on the first place you're going to. And talking about first place you're going to, one thing that will make it easier for you is going to a place where you will have a soft landing. Maybe you have friends there, maybe you have family there, maybe you already speak the language, just something that will make it a little easier for you to move there. In our case, we have friends in Côte d'Ivoire, we have family and friends in Cameroon. We both speak French just like they do in those two countries. So it's going to be a little easier for us than if we were to go to, let's say, South Africa, where we don't really know anybody there. And let's say Angola, where we don't know anybody there and we don't speak Portuguese. But once you know your destination of choice or multiple destinations of choice, then think about your family dynamic. Do you have aging parents? Do you have young children? And what are decisions that you will have to make with that? So maybe if you have aging parents and you're an only child, what kind of arrangements are you going to make to help your parents? These will include legal arrangement. These will include accounting, financial arrangement, as well as healthcare arrangement for your aging parents. If you're going with small children, just like we are, well, when in terms of schooling, are you going to homeschool your kids? Are you going to put them in local schools, international schools? What are the different options available at your destination? These are important decisions that you have to make as you prepare your master plan. So when you go on your scouting trip, one good thing that you can do is go and visit some of the schools that are available there. That's something that I did in Côte d'Ivoire, and that's something that my husband did in Cameroon as well. So that way you will be better prepared when you move abroad within the next 12 months. So again, choosing your destination, family arrangements, and now a big one, your finances. This is a big one, and this one will actually require more videos that I will do on that topic, but also it will require more time to plan for this. So when it comes to your finances, decide on if you are keeping your current job and maybe you are taking a job at a different branch, that is an international branch. Maybe you are leaving your current job and getting a remote job. If that's the case and you're still looking for a remote job, then I would highly recommend you check out Libria Jones. I will link her channel below. She has a ton of videos, a lot of training. She has a membership on how to get your next remote job. So I would highly recommend doing that. Now, if you don't want to rely on a job and if you want to have location but also financial independence from any kind of employer, then I would highly encourage you to start your own online business. If you're not aware, I have a special training for you on how to start your own online business. I'm going to link it in the description below as well. And I also have a special community called the Freedom Business Community for those of you who want more support and accountability with this thing, like creating your own online business. It's not an easy task to do, to be honest. And mostly if you don't have the right support and accountability to actually do the things that you have to do. Inside the community, we'll talk about everything related to finding your clients online, utilizing social media, how to create social media content that sells, how to use email marketing, how to create a funnel, all these things that you have to do in order to start and grow your online business. So again, if you want to join the Freedom Business Community, I invite you to join us today, and I will put the link in the description of this video. Another option as well is to rely on passive income. So maybe you're at retirement age and you're getting some money, or if you are just relying on investments as well, which is not a bad idea. And that's another way to actually plan for your move abroad financially. So based on these three options, having a job, having your online business, or just completely 100% passive income, you can look at the timeline of the 12 months and think about, okay, by when do I have to move? By when do I have to find a remote job? By when do I have to start applying for jobs? By when do I have to have my resume reviewed and finished? So you need to reverse engineer the whole process. 12 months from now, 9 months from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, and what you can do right now. So one thing you can do right now is actually go on your computer and look for that latest resume that you have and see if you can update it, and how soon you can update your LinkedIn profile as well, because you know that this is going to be part of the process, and this is something that you can start doing right now before the end of 2023. Okay, same thing when it comes to your business. What do you need to accomplish 12 months from now? You need to have, let's say, a certain amount of money that your business is bringing in every single month, for example. So by 12 months, let's say you want your business to bring in, let's say, $5,000. So 9 months from now, maybe you want your business to be bringing in at least $3,000 a month. Maybe at the 3-month mark, you're thinking about your business bringing, let's say, $2,000 a month. At the 3-month mark, maybe you want your business to be able to bring in $1,000 a month, okay? So what do you need to do today, right now, before 2024, in order to get started with your business so it can start generating the money? Well, like I said earlier, you can definitely join the Freedom Business Community. Shameless plug. Or you can watch a lot of my other videos where I talk about starting your own business. That way you can get an idea of how it is to run your business and the tools that you need in order to run your business online. I'm going to share a playlist right here that is going to help you with that specifically. So we've looked at the primary level, the 3 important decisions that you have to make right now and start working on right now when it comes to deciding on where to move to, your family dynamic, as well as your finances. These are 3 important decisions that you have to make and you have to start working on in your 12-month master plan. Now at the secondary level, you have other decisions that you have to start making. These include things like decluttering. It's never too early to start decluttering. If you're planning to move abroad within 10 months from now, you need to start decluttering. I recorded 2 videos on how I was decluttering my garage. I'm going to link them up here, but I am far from done. I did that this summer and there's still so much more work that I need to do just in the garage alone, okay? So it's really not too early to start decluttering. So that's something that you can do as you prepare for your move abroad on a daily or even a weekly basis, just moving one thing to another and deciding on what to sell, what to keep and store, what to throw away, or even what to give, okay? You can start making those piles of things that you can throw away, the things that you can give away, the things that you can store somewhere already, and the things that you're going to sell. Other things that you have to think about at the secondary level, once you know your destination, is all the paperwork, how to actually live in that new country legally. So the visa requirements and the residency requirements. What will it take for you to be able to stay in that country? Is it a 6-month visa that you're getting? Is it a 12-month visa or is it something else? What is the residency process for you? And is it something that you are willing to go through? Another secondary decision that you have to make as well, once you know your destination, is healthcare. So starting researching the type of healthcare that is available for you and your family, whether it's public or private insurance, and how you can get access to it. Last but certainly not least, and that is something that is going to help you with both primary and secondary decisions, is putting yourself in communities, not only as you prepare for your move abroad and as you go through this 12-month master plan, but also at your destination. How can you connect with people at your destination of choice right now already with other expats and also locals there? Maybe you have friends that are already there who can actually give you a sense of how life is like over there for them. What are some other Facebook groups that you can join right now so you can get the support and accountability you need to make the decision on where to go even, right? So some of the groups that I always recommend include Exodus Summit, hosted by Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow, as well as blaxit tribes, but also other communities that could be free or paid and that are outside of Facebook, just like the Expat app, as well as blaxit Global that is hosted by Krishan Wright, okay? So put yourself in communities, and if you want help specifically when it comes to your business, starting and growing your online business, then the Freedom Business community is where you need to be, okay? So I hope this was helpful. I know it was a lot of information, but again, we have 12 months to plan, and you have to reverse engineer the whole process. What do you need to have done by November 2024? 9 months from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, or even right now, what you need to get started with right now. And once you divide your task this way, it becomes a lot more attainable, and it's not just a dreamy, oh, I want to move abroad in 2024, but it's more of an actionable plan that you can actually follow, and you can check marks, and you can actually attain that goal, okay? So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, share it with a friend who might find it useful, and as always, subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of my other videos. Until next time, bye.